Good morning. Today's October 22nd, and it's the day after I went through and culled the school of fish of about 130 fish yesterday and gave them to a friend of mine in the Michigan Cichlid Association. And so basically what's going on here is you can see there's a lot less fish and there's about 130 less of them. And I tried to get rid of all the fish that were about an inch or more big. There's a few of them that got by. I think 2 or 3 of them that are right on the border. And then I kept the 2 biggest males and females. You can see there in the center, that's my big female. And my big male, they're coming out right there in the center of this on the left-hand side of the tank. I'm trying to get them to spawn, but I don't know if they're going to do it because the male is from the left region and the female is from the right region over here. So I'm not sure how that'll work, whether they'll cross regions to do that. And one thing you may notice is I don't have any shells right now. And what I did when I switched over the tank or cleaned out everything from the tank, which I had to do to get down to just gravel, I noticed that the shells really had a lot of algae on them there. And then there's kind of the hard to remove algae. You couldn't even scrub off. So what I did is I'm bleaching them right now and we'll wash them very, 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 very thoroughly and soak them and let them dry and soak them again and stuff like that to make sure they don't harm the fish, and then put them back in the tank. But they were looking, they were almost solid green, dark green compared to the sides that weren't exposed to the light, and they were pretty much white. The other thing that changed, not a lot, but that plant right there on the left was much taller. That reached the top before, and I cut those down and spread them out a little bit more, make like a little forest there. And those plants are pretty much there down on the bottom. I think those are Anubias plants. The Brazilian sword's where it was. And cut off some of the dying branches or dying leaves. It's kind of exposed right now. I think I'm going to put some of the shells underneath there when I get them back. There's 4 shells in total I'm going to put back in. And there's another Anubias. And those, I can't remember what they're called. Looks like some type of fern, if you want to call it, from a land-based variety. And then the other plants over there. And you see I moved the wood from the center of the tank over here to the right-hand side of the tank. And then onto the fry, I got 3 batches of fry still. They survived the move, or the culling of the schools. And that's the biggest batch of young fry I have right now. Those are the ones I was mentioning before that I was hoping they would survive the rigor of the culling of the school. And they've survived quite nicely. I think almost all of them survived, if not all of them. Now, back here, right behind the female, way back in the back, I think we can see some. That's the fry that hatched maybe 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago. And they're a little easier to see right now because I cut off a lot of the dead leaves of the sword, Brazilian sword there. But you can see those survived as well. And then over here on the left-hand side of the tank, these are all of the relatively older fry that survived quite well as well. And anyways, that's pretty much the update for today. I'll give you an update as things progress, and after I put the shells in, maybe. And definitely when I get a next batch of fry, which we'll see how soon that'll be, because the pair, the male and the female, are from different regions, so it's kind of hard to see whether they'll spawn or not, like I was saying before, I think. Anyways, all the best and God bless. Bye-bye.